Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Home Solutions. Dennis Purvis here in the studio with you. Mix 1041 Studios. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's recovering from the rain yesterday. I know Friday was a little wet, but looks like we got a good weekend here. Mother's Day right around the corner. As always, we are brought to you by Pro 93 Home Solutions. Remember, if you need anything for your home, we're your local general contractor. We do everything from small repairs to major remodels to additions to new construction. We would love to help you out. 458-4135. Remember, we also have our clean team. We had Wendy and them here and Kayla in here a couple weeks ago. And just a reminder, we're still running our special. For every gift certificate, $100 gift certificate you buy, you get a $50 gift certificate for yourself. So make sure to give us a call, 458-4135. You need any cleaning needs. Maybe you want to get your house cleaned once for the Mother's Day. Give Mom a break this week. Maybe you want to get her some recurring service, or if you've got a small office, we'd love to help you out with some commercial cleaning as well. You can always catch us online, pro93homesolutions.com. But it is springtime, and we are dedicated here at Home Solutions to taking care of the whole house. And one of the most important parts of your house is part of your roof system. It's the part that you don't think about till it's not working, and most of the time you don't find that out until you've got a bigger problem, and those are your gutters and your downspouts. So I am lucky today to have the resident expert here locally, the man, the myth, the legend, Danny Hitson from Drain Right Guttering. Danny, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. It's it's been a while since we've had you on there, but it's that time of year.
Oh, yeah.
People are starting to think about we finally have come out of our winter caves and started looking at the outsides of our houses. And listen, gutters are important.
Yes, they are.
It's a way to get that water away from your house and not settling all around it. Danny and the team at Drain Right do a fantastic job. It's who we use almost exclusively for any of our customers. Honestly, I can think in the last 3 years we've worked together, I don't think we've had very many callbacks at all, if any, on gutters that you guys have installed. And I attribute to that not only to Ledoux and the company and everybody there, but one of the things I love about Danny, and Danny, I want you to tell the story, is that you're not a sales guy by trade.
Nope, sure ain't.
You came up the hard way, baby.
Yep. I started at Drain Right about almost 13 years ago, and I started out as just an installer. And I worked with them, and I become a leader. Then I moved up to senior leader and trainer, and then now here I am, a salesman.
Yeah. So when you bring Danny out to your house, not only are you getting somebody who's going to be able to sell you the product, he's going to be able to tell you exactly what you need. He's going to look at what you have to see what needs to be maybe redesigned.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of folks, you've been out before, and something we see a lot is people just don't have enough downspouts.
They don't. Everybody wants to only have one. Of course, it's going to look better with only one downspout, but if you don't add that extra downspout when you need it, you're going to end up causing problems. Rotting your foundation. Your foundation will start leaking. Your fascia will rot. Soffit will rot. It's just bad. And
I'll tell you, we've got a customer here locally that we have absolutely just felt horrible for in the last few weeks, that she had prior to her buying the house pretty much a bad gutter job. Mm-hmm. Right? Bowed down in the middle on the front or the back of her house. Just wasn't designed, wasn't installed correct. One downspout on an 80-foot run. Yeah.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, we come out there to get new gutters for her, and all the soffit behind those are gone. All the fascia's gone. Mm-hmm. About 3 feet up on her entire back roof deck. And now what she thought she was paying for gutters is now an entire re-roof of the backside of her house.
And most of the time, you don't even realize it until it's too late.
No, and it's one of those, for her, she doesn't even know who to be mad at. Yeah. Because that's not something the sellers, when she bought that property, they probably had no idea. You trust who you get.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that I love about you guys, is that not only do you have the expertise in designing the system as it coming from installer, But your install crews really go the extra mile, and they're most of the time you're making these right on site, correct?
Oh yeah, on site. We pull up in a box truck, and everything's that we need is right there. Run it out to fit the house.
Yeah, you guys do. You guys have a ton of different colors as well, correct? You guys can pretty much. I've seen the paint room back there. Pete's told me you guys can, just find the color. If you can't find the metal, you can find the paint.
That's right.
So you guys can do kind of specialty items a lot of other folks can't.
Yeah. We do copper.
Yeah.
We do 5-inch gutter,
copper.
6-inch gutter.
Yeah.
And we can get those in copper. We do 6-inch half round. We can get that in copper as well, or aluminum, any color. I mean, we got tons of colors to pick from.
Wow.
So
let's talk about something that I still think is weird. Black gutters. There's a lot of people buying black gutters.
They are. It's a new thing.
Is
it's
that
trend.
is that trend come and gone in 13 years, or is that something new for you?
It's we've had little bursts of it, but mostly people go with bronze. That was the big thing for the longest time was bronze gutter, and now it's black gutter. It's just every job I go to now, I'm like, oh, what color? And they're like black every time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I guess there's no real reason not to, right? It works just as well as any other gutter.
Yeah.
But we're seeing all these dark colors in the design aesthetics outside, and
that's
a lot
what
of dark blues, dark greens, browns, mixing those, and then mixed. Listen, keep this in mind too for everybody out there listening. Gutters are not just functional, but they are aesthetic.
Yeah.
So having that opportunity to kind of make a little fashion statement, maybe just to update the outside of your house. I can tell you this, it's a whole lot cheaper to call him and have him put some gutters on than it is to call me to put some siding on. It's going to cost you a whole lot less money. It's strange how those things kind of run and go.
Yeah. Because like a lot of times with the black gutter that I see, I think they're just trimming the house out with it.
Yeah.
And it looks good when we're done.
Yeah. It always surprises me on how good it looks. But it's one of those things you're not used to seeing. Mm-hmm. I just kind of get used to seeing white gutters.
White gutter. That was always the main thing.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted white gutter.
I'll be honest with you. I'd be scared to put it on my house, not because of any other reason. I'm just used to seeing the white.
Yeah.
Like people that do that are just braver than I am.
Yeah.
You're going to spend thousands of dollars and hope.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
That said, I'm also one of those guys that probably wouldn't notice if I had gutters in my house if I didn't. If I went home today and they were all torn down, I wouldn't notice till the next rain.
Before I started doing gutter, I never paid attention.
Yeah, it's definitely, you get some recency bias when you start doing something like that. So one of the things you guys, not only do they do, you guys run them out on site. You guys are most of the time just about the quickest folks I've seen on your install crews. Don't mess around.
No,
they get there, get it done, doing multiple jobs a day. Mm-hmm. Folks, it's money well spent with Drain Right. And before I forget, how do they get a hold of you, Danny?
Well, you can call me directly at 423-595-0897, or you can call our office at 423-472-7018.
And then what areas do you guys cover?
See, we do Georgia, North Georgia, all Chattanooga, Cleveland, Sweetwater.
So you go all the way to Sweetwater?
Yeah. Loudon.
Basically, if you're listening to this in the car or at home on Mix 104.1 or 101.3 The Buzz, you're in their market.
Yeah.
Give them a call; they can help you.
If you're anywhere.
Yeah, if you're hearing this, they can come to you. Now, if you're streaming this online or you're watching on Facebook, we can't do Mahalo for you if you're in California. But still give him a call. He may know somebody. You never know. He'll be able to make a little call. What are the importance for folks that people don't think about? I guess maybe the aha moment you see the most with customers when you go out to somebody's house and they're looking for replacements. What are the things that you sometimes get to educate people on that they didn't know when you drove up?
Well, most of the time it's their gutter size. They think that there's just one size of gutter.
Yep.
And they always call it 4-inch, but it's 5-inch.
Yep.
They got on there. And they're like, oh, it don't carry the water. I'm like, well, it's not going to. It's too small.
Yeah.
6 inch is the way to go. If you're going to get gutter, get 6-inch. It doesn't cost much more than the 5, and you reap all the benefits from it.
I don't think we've had a customer even want 5-inch gutters since we've been working together.
I've never put 5.
I mean, I think I just tell you, just give us that estimate.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're looking for. Cause it's folks capacity, and we get, we don't get steady months of rain, but we sure do get steady days of rain and sometimes hard rains.
That's right.
And it's those quick pop-up thunderstorms that dump a lot of water at once that you need those 6-inch gutters.
You do. And then a lot of people don't have leaf protection.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get there and let's say, I've got water going everywhere. I don't know what it is. Something's wrong with the gutter. All it is clogged up.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Full of leaves. You can't see it, but it's in there.
Yeah.
And it don't take but a handful of leaves on top of an outlet to clog it up.
Absolutely.
So that's why we also provide leaf protection.
Yeah, and go ahead, and we'll talk more about that in the next segment, but go ahead. You guys have kind of a good, better, best when it comes to that.
Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah, definitely.
What do you, and this is, I think we'll go ahead and get this out of the way. If you live in a house like I do, next to pine needles, there's not a whole lot you're going to do from a gutter point of view to pine needles, correct?
No, I mean, there's only a few leaf protections out there that'll stop pine needles.
Yeah.
Most of them.
And that's going to be probably more than your roof.
Yes.
But forget your gutters. Forget your gutters. Sometimes those are the kind of things sometimes you just got to live with. Now, I wouldn't live with them long enough until you start seeing a baby pine tree growing up there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you do something at that point. But, I've got good guards on mine, and I still, they get up there, and the left side of my house has 2 big pine trees growing beside it. And I just know that a couple times a year,
gotta get up there and get it.
I got to get up there and get it. I mean, I'm not getting up there and getting it. I'm scared of heights, but I'll find somebody.
Right.
I got people now.
You know a gutter guy.
Yeah, I know a gutter guy. I'll get somebody. I got my people in the gutter business on the inside. So people don't realize size of their gutters. And then we already talked about having a good plan for downspouts. Obviously some people do think it's an eyesore, but the reality is, the price of not having it is sometimes just catastrophic. It can be.
Definitely.
Especially over time. Water always wins.
It does.
And I don't think people put enough thought into that sometimes I don't want to be able to see it. Well,
or they won't want it on like a front porch. It's on, and it's got columns. They don't want a downspout on the column. And they're like, okay, well, if I do, I want to put it over here so it's hidden.
Yeah.
And that's when I just tell them, like, look, I can put one downspout, but you need 2.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're going to have to end up replacing all these columns.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be rotten.
And folks that are listening right now, if you're wondering if you're not having that if you've got that problem in your house, go out tonight, and if you've got wood columns or wood bases, and start looking around the bottoms, and you'll see it's one of the things we get called out a lot of time this time of year and in the fall is you got that wood rot around the bottom, and a lot of that is that water's got to have some way to get diverted. And if you're not diverting it, it's going to find its way, and it gets on the porch, gets into those, and now you either add another downspout, or every couple years you are replacing posts. And I don't know if anybody's seen lumber lately.
It's not pretty. It's crazy.
It's about to be up there with a gallon of gas. It's right. Be like, I'm gonna start paying my mortgage payment in 2x4s. Yeah. Look, I got some real nice 16-foot pressure treated. That fell off the back of a truck. But listen, when we come back, we're going to talk about the different kinds of leaf protection or gutter guards and leaf protection they've got there at Drain Right, and also talk a little bit about the signs that you need new gutters. All right, and kind of the things your gutters can tell you about other things in your house. So hang on there with us. We'll be back here in just a minute. This is Dennis with Pro 93 with Danny Hitson from Drain Right. We'll be right back. You're listening to Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz. Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135. Hello, everybody, guys and gals, friends, neighbors. Hope you're doing well. Dennis back here, fresh from the break with Pro 93 Home Solutions. Hope you all are doing well. Hope this Saturday is treating you well, no matter what you're doing today. Maybe you're out there running around doing some errands. Maybe you're scratching some things off your honey-do list. Maybe you're running to the local hardware stores or local nurseries. It's that time of year. Whatever it is, I'm glad you're listening. Whether you've tuned in, you're streaming, you're on the Mix 1041 app, or you're watching us on Facebook. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys in the comments and feedback we get week after week. We want to be your local home and garden resource. So this week we've got the locally owned good guys out there in gutters, Drain Right Guttering. I got Danny Hitson here with me. Danny, again, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Before the break, we started talking about gutter guards. Mm-hmm. Kind of walk those out there that are wondering, again, I kind of made the way I kind of talk to our customers is you need to talk to Danny. He does have gutter guards, and they're kind of a good, better, best.
Yeah.
Kind of talk about what differentiates those three.
Well, we'll start out with our low-end product. It's called Easy Lock. It just snaps in, and it snaps in pretty tight. It's not going to pop out. A lot of people think it will, and it won't.
Yeah.
It's just a wire screen. That's it. It's basic.
It's pretty similar to stuff you can get at the hardware store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty similar. Yeah. We give it a 2-year warranty on that, no clog warranty. Of course, I wouldn't sell it to you if you had pine needles.
Yep.
Because I'd just tell you right up front.
You're going to have
clogs.
plugs.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
You might as well
you're making a nursery.
Yeah. That's it. It's a decent product. It works for most trees, not pine needles, of course. You'll have problems with oak tassels, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it just really depends on your tree situation, which that's where my job comes into play. When I'm there, I evaluate your trees.
I never thought about that, but you got to be a tree specialist too.
Yeah, I got to look around and know what trees I'm looking at. So.
Wow.
All right, then we got a mid-range product called SureFlow. Has a 10-year no clog warranty. We screw it down. It secures to the gutter to the front and the back, so it don't flop around in the wind, can't blow off. It works pretty good on almost any tree. It's there again, except for pine needles.
Yep.
It works better than Easy Lock with pine needles, but still not 100%.
Yeah.
And then our main product, our Cadillac, we'll call it, it's called Gutter Glove Pro. Lifetime no clog warranty. Nothing's getting in that thing. That
thing is the Mac Daddy.
Yeah, it is.
I had a customer actually that we had that got that, and I'm always surprised when folks pick those. Mm-hmm. Until I see a picture of their house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, now I know why.
Yeah.
You're wondering how they got the house in there with all the trees, right? How do they park? Who delivered their furniture?
Yeah.
No, but you see these, we've had another customer that I know was super interested just because he was getting up there in age, and he's like, look, I never want to get on my roof again, never want to get on my ladder again. I'm willing to pay for that convenience.
Yeah, definitely.
And he did, and as happy as anything. So, and then you guys talk about, everybody hears the things about the warranties. Do you guys do the warranty work? If somebody did have a clog, would they call you? Do they have to call an 800 number?
No, they call us directly.
And so I think that's the thing. A lot of people think it's, here we go. I got to call some 800. Pitches, It's a pitch, great. Yeah. Who do I have to call in Arizona to come help?
No, you call me directly or the office, and I would set up a time to come out and look at it, figure out, and let's just say it's a lifetime product, Gutter Glove. Somehow something got in there.
Yeah.
I would come out, I would evaluate it. Okay, there's debris in here. Then I'd figure out how stuff got in it, and then I would write up a ticket, and our guys would come out and they'd remove all the leaf protection, they'd clean it, they'd reinstall it, and they'd fix the problem that let stuff get in.
So you guys locally stand behind all the warranties.
Yeah.
That's, folks, if you're out there listening and you're thinking, do I need gutters? If you call me at 458-4135, just cut out the middleman and call Danny directly. Danny, how do they get your number?
Call me directly at 423-595-0897, or you can call our office at 423-472-7018.
And then you guys are on the web as well. I know because I pay bills on there.
Yep.
What's that website?
It's drainrightguttering.com.
And folks, they make, I can tell you this because we've used them. They make payment super easy. You go in right there on that website. It's right there in the top corner of the website. Make a payment. Select Cleveland, Tennessee, and you're off to the races. And it could not be easier. What I love is that they don't charge a fee like other folks do for paying it online. I love that. So thank you very much. Tell the powers that be that, everybody says, well, it's only 2 or 3%. Yeah, but that's my 2 or 3%.
Yep, that's right.
And, it's we do that is much appreciated, I can tell you that. And I know there's folks out there that concerns too. So we've talked about leaf protection. We've talked about different colors of gutters. We've talked about downspouts. What are the things that I guess what's the most frequent call or the frequent something we haven't talked about that folks could give you a buzz about?
Most of the time, it's about water overflowing. That's the biggest thing. Water overflowing. That's the biggest call that I always get.
And is that typically? It's either when you see that's either a clog or just the gutters.
Or
the gutters.
Something that's also related to that is they'll call and say, "Oh, my gutter's falling off."
Oh, there we go.
You know why it fell off? Because it was clogged up.
Because it was clogged up and all that
filled up with
facial
water
work.
and
Which is how we that's how Pro 93 and Drain Right work together so much is we get those calls when we've got calls of the people that need gutters. I call Danny, and when Danny gets a call that hey, there's nothing to put these gutters back to. I can take these down, but the new ones are going to look like that in a couple weeks.
Yep.
There's nothing to screw to.
Yeah.
And folks, I can tell you, it's not fun. It's kind of like opening up a Pandora's box sometimes when you start taking things off the side of your house. I told you the story in the last segment about we took the fascia off. It was rotten. Then we realized that the soffit was rotten. Then we realized there was even the tail rafters were gone. Wasn't anything to screw the fascia back onto. Then we realized, the decking's gone. Folks, when you suspect a problem, give Danny, give me, give somebody a call. The longer you wait, the more money you're going to be out. If you catch it early, honestly, one of the things we've been doing lately is, folks that have the old just wood soffit. It's not metal. It doesn't have any metal trim coil on it. It's just old wood. If it's white, especially. We've been encouraging people to go with the PVC. They make 1x4s in PVC now.
Yep.
Never have to worry about that
I think
problem.
you just did some for us not long ago.
Yes, and number one, I know you guys like it because it's a whole lot. I mean, you ain't got to worry about wondering if it's going to be strong enough.
That's right.
And for the customer, it's maintenance you don't have to worry about again. The material is a little more expensive than obviously a 1x4 lumber. However, most times I'm not just putting that 1x4 up. I got to paint it or I got to wrap it in metal. If you've got white trim, and you can paint that PVC. We have painted it beige. We've painted it gray. We've painted it all kinds of different colors. Folks, you're going to save in labor, what you're going to get cost in material. So that is a thought. The other thing, folks, if you've got the old Luan kind of thin plywood soffit, I don't care how good your gutters are. I don't care how good your fascia is. That stuff you can't win because, especially it's almost worse if it's vented because it is drawing that condensation in and out, and that thin plywood is going to go. They make a vinyl soffit product that again can come in multiple colors, just kind of like your gutters. A lot of people kind of match all that stuff up, and I can tell you. Just from a practical, when you're thinking about your gutters, think about these other things because you've got to have these things in good structural shape to be able to get Danny to get hhis crew out there to get them on.
That's right.
Because I know we got 2 or 3 right now. You're just waiting on us to get done so you guys can get gutters on.
That's it.
So it's just know out there that it can get daunting, but there are ways this could be some of the last money you ever spend. That vinyl soffit, literally you're spraying that off. It's not something you got to pressure wash, soft wash. You could spray it off with a hose. That PVC board on the outside, folks, never again will you worry about rot. As long as you're in that house, that board's going to be there. So your roof's going to go before that board does. So just understand that there are a lot of little things you can do. Danny, one of the questions we get all the time is, and people don't realize, gutters can also serve as a good test because it's kind of part of the roof system. And getting the whole point of your roof and your downspouts and that construction of your house is to get water away from it. When people see, people call you and say, "Hey, I got this black gravel in my gutter. My gutters are all dirty." What do you immediately need to tell it? What is that a sign of? Does that have anything to do with their gutters?
No, that's just the roof grit coming off the roof.
Exactly.
Off
So,
the
folks,
shingles.
if you're seeing that and it's becoming excessive, it may be time that your gutters can tell you a story.
Yep.
If you look down at your downspouts and there's a black patch, like a black stain where that stuff's coming out, you may want to get your roof inspected. We've had quite a few storms, quite a few storm damage and high winds through the last few years. People don't realize, too, one of the things insurance companies, if you're looking at damage, you think your roof's got damage, look at your gutters and your downspouts.
Yep.
You can see the little pings. It looks like somebody's went around with the world's tiniest ball peen hammer and just and hit those. That's what adjusters look for. They look at your downspouts because if it hit the roof, it had to hit there.
Yep.
And a lot of times they don't want to climb on the roof.
No, they
So
don't.
if they see the
don't.
gutters and the downspouts beat up, not only are you going to get new gutters, but you're probably going to get a new roof out of it. So, Danny, we're getting close to the end here. So let's every week we try to give people tips, give them something they can kind of hang their hat on to look for. So everybody that's listening today, if you haven't thought about your gutters in a while, the next time you pull in your driveway, I guarantee you're going to now because you listen to me and Danny talk about them. So, Danny, what are some tips for folks? And I only hold you to one that they can look at to see maybe it's time to get their gutters inspected.
Well, if let's say you got a front porch, look down the front of your house and look down the length of the gutter. If you see it looking like a roller coaster down through there, it's probably time to get some new gutter.
I'm laughing because I don't know if I want to look down mine. That's one of those that's just well, there's more money.
Yeah.
No, but look, again, the importance of that are big. If you're seeing water, if you're getting a bad storm and you're seeing water literally pull up and kind of go onto your roof, folks, it's time. Chances are you've got those 5-inch. Everybody calls them 4-inch gutters.
Yep.
And it's time folks, for the money. It is one of the most inexpensive things you will do. Danny and his team. Not only does Danny do a phenomenal job of explaining and designing your system, but their install crews are in and out of there. It'll be some of the best money you're going to spend, and honestly, one of the most affordable jobs on your exterior. Anything else you're going to do to the exterior of your house other than maybe changing your porch lights and exterior lighting, but even with the cost of how some of the bougie lights that are out there right now, gutters might still come out ahead. It's the most affordable project you're going to have in your exterior. It can give your house an immediate little curb appeal. Danny talked about earlier, they do all kinds of custom colors. So give him a call, give him a chance. I promise you, Drain Right does right by not just their customers, but their community as well. And I just want to give a personal shout out to Ledoux, Pete, Jimmy, all those guys over there and all the install crews that work hard to take care of all of us and to take care of take care of our communities as well. So how do they get a hold of you, Danny, if they're looking for gutters?
Well, you can call me directly at 423-595-0897, or you can call our office at 423-472-7018.
And what's that website one more time?
DrainRightGuttering.com.
Oh, super difficult. See, you can get there. Listen, folks, first of all, Danny, thank you for being on today, man.
Oh, I appreciate you having me.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. For everybody out there, enjoy your honey-do list today. Get some work done. Have fun in the yard, mowing the grass, whatever you're doing. But remember, take care of your family. Love your neighbor. Remember, we're all in this together. Until next week, we'll see you. You've been listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz.